Hi friends, with less than 15 days to go for RBI Grade B Phase 1, which is that one area which is bothering you, which is making you tense, or maybe that one focus area where you really want to focus upon because you know it is a make or break section for you, I bet it would be journal awareness. In this video, I would be discussing about 5 focus areas from journal awareness based upon previous year analysis. These 5 focus areas can not only save precious 50 hours of your study time in the next 10 to 15 days, but can also help you score really good marks in the upcoming exam. So be with me for the next 8 to 10 minutes, and I can assure you it is going to be a lot of value add. If we talk about previous year exam, that is 2021 RBI Grade B Phase 1 exam, the exam was on 6 March. This is the date you need to notice. And if we see the month-wise breakup, in the 2021 exam for the GA section from Feb, there were 23 sections. That is from the immediate preceding month, there were 23 questions. From Jan, there were 14 questions, December 11 questions, and after that you will see from November till September, if we go backward, the volume has reduced drastically. And from Jan to August, that is prior to 6 months, only 4 questions were asked. So this is a total breakup of 69 questions. Sir, where are the other questions? Other questions are kind that 3 to 4 questions were even from 2018 and 2019. So there is no point talking about them. Now there were 2 3 miscellaneous questions like Amazon was started as what? Art of making graphs and charts is called what? Again, these kind of miscellaneous questions you can't prepare for them. Then there were 3 or 4 questions on banking and financial awareness, which I would call very generic. Limit for RTGS, current marginal facility standing rate, question on cash reserve ratio. So again, I mean, we can't tag any month to these questions. These are very generic kind of questions which you shall be knowing anyways if you're preparing for RBI Grade B. Now coming back to my point, 69 questions ka ye breakup hai, and you can very well see by yourself the huge weightage of the immediately preceding 3 months before your exam. A whooping 60% of the questions that have been asked in your exam, that is out of 80, around 50 marks worth of paper is from the immediately preceding 3 months. This is the point you need to think upon, ponder upon, and you need to focus upon also. तो अगर हम 2022 की बात करें, सो मई, अप्रैल एंड मार्च, मई में आपका पेपर है 28 मई में, सो ऑलमोस्ट लाइक होल ऑफ द मे इज बीइंग कवर्ड हेयर. सो मई, अप्रैल एंड मार्च would be the 3 most crucial months from which the current affairs can be asked in your exam. तो आप इनको जरूर अच्छे से करें, and this is the first focus area. अपनी कॉपी में स्टार मार्क करें and write down this focus area. Revise last 3 months of current affairs with utmost priority. अभी भी आई नो देयर वुड बी मेनी पीपल हु वुड बी थिंकिंग मैं अक्टूबर के करंट अफेयर्स पढ़ लेता हूँ, आई वुड रीड करंट अफेयर्स फॉर नवंबर. दिस इज नॉट द टाइम फॉर दैट. This is the time to just focus on the focus areas that I'm telling you. Whatever you have done till now, it's done. Now it's time to do those things which can help you fetch maximum marks. And first focus area is that you have to revise last 3 months GA with utmost priority. अच्छे से रिवाइज करिए, जितने MCQs कर सकते हैं करिए, क्योंकि इसी में से आपका मैक्सिमम पेपर आने वाला है. Then if I talk about the phase 1 GA breakup, the breakup between static and current affairs is 15 marks and 65 marks. If I talk about the static GA, that is these 15 marks. Static GA mein what do they ask? Static GA, they would be asking you about the static questions like, no, where is a particular national park or a wildlife sanctuary located? Where is a particular dam or river located? What is the folk dance of a particular state? A regional festival of a particular state? Current countries and their capital and currencies can be asked. So like this, they can ask you static GA questions. But the point is that static GA is really vast. Can you remember all these national parks, wildlife sanctuaries, dams, rivers, folk dances, regional festivals, countries, their capitals, their currencies? No. I mean, you are not an encyclopedia. So how can you manage such vast scope of static GA? The answer lies in, note this down. Static GA is derived from current GA. You need to note this down. Static GA is based upon current GA. So whatever you are reading in current affairs, you will be able to connect that part to the static GA. Then you can score some really good marks in the paper. For example, in the exam, there was a question: the Tasokars is a salt lake located in which of the following places? Now, why the hell they asked about this lake only? There are so many lakes in this country and this world. The answer is that this lake was in news at that time, was in current affairs at that time because it was added to the list of Ramsar sites. So this is a news of 25th December 2020, just 2-3 months before your exam. So due to this news being in current affairs, this question was asked as a static GA in your exam. Similarly, they asked that International Olympic Committee has its headquarters located at which of the following places? Now, there are so many international organizations. How the hell can you remember the headquarters of all these organizations? No, you need not. This question was asked in the exam because in 2021, Olympics was scheduled to be held in July. So, right from January to February, all the newspapers were filled with news related to Olympics and International Olympic Committee. So, it's very clear that why this question was asked in the exam. Then there were a lot of important days asked in the exam: World Wetland Day, Prakram Divas, NCC Raising Day. All these are also from the previous 3 months before your exam. So it's pretty clear, guys, that static GA is to be done only if it is related to current affairs. Do not be a robot, or do not be a student who is preparing without any strategy, without any mind. This is the focus area 2 for you. Do static GA only if it is related to current affairs. यूक्रेन और रशिया के बीच में वॉर है, दे कैन आस्क यू अबाउट द करेंसी ऑफ यूक्रेन, दे कैन आस्क यू अबाउट द कॉन्टिनेंट ऑफ Ukraine, something related to that. So be aware of the current affairs and the related knowledge, because static GA would only be derived from there. Now coming to the current GA part, which is worth 65 marks, this can be further broken up into banking and financial awareness, reports and schemes, and other current affairs. First, I'll talk about banking and financial awareness, which is 20 marks out of 65. ठीक है, ये सारा मिला के तीनों sections are 65. Out of that, 20 marks is banking and financial awareness. Banking and financial awareness में these are the areas from where the maximum questions are asked. Any news or regulation by SEBI, any committees or recommendations by RBI or SEBI, RBI notifications, very very important. Any mergers of the banks, any apps which are launched by banks, especially the public sector banks, then any initiatives or milestones by public sector banks such as SBI or PNB, union budget and economic survey. These are the most important areas with respect to banking and financial awareness, and within this 40 to 50% of the questions are from RBI notifications. If you see the previous year paper, I've shown you some glimpses of the question: annual report on ombudsman scheme by RBI, then guidelines by RBI on non-deposit taking HFCs, then Reserve Bank of India has some regulation on HFCs, then RBI CRR monetary policy related information. So all these questions are basically related to RBI press releases or RBI notifications or RBI reports. So hence they become really really important for you. 40% would here generally mean around 10 marks in your paper would be worth RBI notification. So focus area 3 is, which is generally not done by the candidates. हम GA में लगे रहते हैं, sports, awards, books, authors, events, days, themes. नहीं, RBI notifications are very very important for your exam. Note down this in your notebook, mark it as a star, and write down focus on RBI notifications. Then the next one is reports and schemes, which is again very important. That's why we say that no, you need to do integrated preparation for your phase 1 and phase 2 in reports and schemes. Though everybody knows that now reports and schemes are being asked, but the point I want to focus upon here is that reports and schemes that are being asked in your exam are very, I mean, the questions are of very simple level in phase 1, though they are very difficult in phase 2. So if you are not really, having a good amount of time that you can read them in detail, at least do cover them at a very high level so that you know the basics of all the reports and schemes, because these easy questions can be tackled in exam even with half baked knowledge. तो आप ये क्वेश्चंस देख लीजिए. Which PSU featured in the Best Employees Report 2020? Which of the following has topped in the category of major states as per नीति आयोग रिपोर्ट? मतलब सिंपल क्वेश्चंस हैं, बहुत अंदर जाके डेप्थ में नहीं पूछे गए हैं. Which of the following are not eligible to avail benefit of PM Kisan scheme? तो ये अगर आप reports and schemes को पढ़ेंगे, ये information would always be there at the top of your mind and you will be able to answer all these questions. तो focus area 4 is that don't worry if you are not able to cover reports and schemes in details. It's okay, because for phase 1 even a basic knowledge of all these reports and schemes would suffice to you, but yes, in phase 2 you would have to cover them in detail. Focus area 5, no gyan here, MCQs. Current affairs हमें याद नहीं रहते हैं, we are not able to retain them, we are not able to revise them. The best solution for retention and revision of current affair is select, solve, infinite number of MCQs. There is no limit. As many as you can do, go for them. MCQs are the best source for revision and retention. और लास्ट मिनट में जो भी आपका अगर कुछ रह गया है, it's better to cover them through MCQs rather than going through them in detail, because you don't have that much time. It's better to revise what you have read, and whatever you have not read till now, it's better to do a lot of MCQs on them. तो ये इन्फानाइट याद रखना. इन्फानाइट मतलब पता है ना, जिसकी कोई लिमिट ना हो, बहुत ज्यादा हो. आपको यही मंत्रा फॉलो करना है. सॉल्व infinite number of MCQs as your focus area 5. ये सारी चीजें अगर आप करेंगे, I've told you the most relevant areas, most important areas where your effort will definitely give you some good marks. तो 3 months से ज़्यादा करंट अफेयर्स हमें करने हैं, लेकिन 3 months पे हमें फोकस करना है, उन्हीं को बार बार रिवाइज करना है, उन्हीं पे हमें अपना सारा फोकस रखना है. स्कीम्स और रिपोर्ट्स को बेसिक पढ़ेंगे तब भी चलेगा. एमसीक्यूज हमें बहुत ज़्यादा करने हैं. आरबीआई नोटिफिकेशंस पे फोकस करना है, जैसे कि मैंने आपको बताया. और स्टैटिक जीए को हमने बुद्धुओं की तरह नहीं पढ़ना है. फॉर स्टैटिक जीए वी हैव टू रीड ओनली स्टैटिक जीए रिलेटेड टू करंट अफेयर्स. सो ये फोकस एरियाज पे आप काम करेंगे, आई होप, एंड यू विल रियली गेट सम गुड मार्क्स इन द एग्जाम. दैट इज माई विश. सो बेस्ट ऑफ लक फॉर नाउ, एंड आई टेक योर लीव. बाय बाय. जय हिंद.